Hi, everybody. It is Saturday, a little after 5 o'clock. I have been dealing with making videos all last night and today. I shut this window blind, and I am just having such bad luck with it. So I hope this time it works. Anyway, let's talk about last week. I'm going to switch the screen. No, I'm going to do a window. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And let's talk about what was due last week. Okay, so hopefully everybody found the directions fairly easy. You did get points for doing the gallery walk, right? Telling me what you thought of those 10 pictures. And then also adding 5 facts about the YouTube video, Freedom, A History of Us. So you will see in Q 15 points if you got all those done. So I hope that everything opened for you and all that good stuff. And I will most likely be deleting this assignment tonight or tomorrow. So if you didn't turn it in yesterday, that's the end of it, okay? What I want you to do for this coming week, and I know I already sent you the checkoff list, but I want you to do this, the picture book first, okay? And so if you go into classwork, this is actually the order that I want you to do them in, okay? So picture book, click on it, and here are the directions. Listen to the story called The People Could Fly. Very powerful story. Powerful is what Engage New York wants you to take away from everything that we read from here on out. So it's obviously about slavery. Look closely at the images. And then once you're finished, fill out the Google form that goes with it. Okay. Hit submit. And then I think you also have to click mark as done so that I get it. So you could do that one on Monday. That won't take you long at all. Then the next thing I want you to do is this thing. There are 2 articles. One's called Slave Trade and one's called Abolition. Okay. And you can see here, I've got the vocab for you in blue. Just look at those first, and then they're highlighted or they're bolded through the rest of the article. So they're not very long. So this first one is called Slave Trade. And then you have to do assignment part 1. Okay. So you take these words and you fill them in the blanks. Then part 2, this is still part 1. Answer these 4 questions in complete sentences, but don't turn it in yet. Then the second article, and maybe you want to save that for the next day, like Tuesday. Again, same thing. Here's the vocab in blue. Read the article on abolition, which of course abolition means to abolish, get rid of slavery. And then 5 questions to go with that. So once you get all of that complete, then you can go ahead and turn it in to me. And please make sure that you are turning it in and not sharing it, because then it goes to the Gmail and it's not as easy to grade that way. Okay. So then once you're done with those things, then we're actually going to start the narrative of Frederick Douglass. Okay. And I did do a recording of it with me reading it. And for some reason, it will not load. Okay. So I'm going to try it again in a little bit here, but I did find online one of a man reading it that I want you to listen to. It's about 9 minutes long. Okay, you'll see that the YouTube video is actually longer, but that's because parts of it are not in our narrative, so you can cut that out. So you have to read it 3 times. So you listen to it read to you once, and then you're supposed to read it 2 more times after that. Because if you look at it here, okay, here's the text. This is what you'll hear. And then you have these things here. You have what's called second read questions and third read questions. Now, Could you do these at the same time after only reading it twice? Yes. Okay. For those of you that think you're going to struggle with this, I think that you should probably read it with your parents. Okay. You'll notice, you've got a question here. What do slaves not have knowledge about? Question 2. And then they'll give you a definition and another definition, but then there's 2 of them blank. So you have to fill these in. Okay. And I want you to do a different colored font or highlight your answers so that I can see it. Scroll down. There's section 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, second read questions, third read questions. Now, notice that they don't give you a lot of space here, but once you start typing on it, I believe it will move for you. Okay. And so the first excerpt, and we're only doing 1 excerpt a week. Now notice this, I wanted to point this out. This is 1.5, and then the next section is 1.8. That tells us that there were chunks left out. And that is the part that you would hear on the audio that you listen to of the man reading it to you. And you're welcome to listen to that. Just know that it's not going to be in the text for you to look at. Okay. And then this is the end. So here we are, page 6. And this is the end of excerpt 1. And you will see this at the end of every excerpt. And it says whole excerpt. And you always have 2 prompts to respond to. Okay. What is Douglas's purpose? How does this excerpt support the 2 positions Douglas held about slavery that are listed below? And number 1, he wants us to know that slavery is terrible for slaves. And I need 2 pieces of evidence to answer that prompt. You can put them in quotes or you can paraphrase. Okay. And number 2, slavery corrupts slaveholders. Again, I need 2 pieces of evidence, either in quotes or paraphrase. And of course, those are important because that's what you will use later when we need to write quote sandwiches. So these 2 questions, plus all the questions for second and third reads, are due by the end of the week. And you just go ahead and put your answers on this document and I will check it. Okay. So let me go back. I'll let you hear just a snippet of this.
Chapter 1 of Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave, written by himself, by Frederick Douglass. I was born in Tuckahoe, near Hillsborough, and about 12 miles from Easton in Talbot County, Maryland.
Okay, so that's what it sounds like. I'm going to switch back here. Okay. Here we are. Okay. And let's see, what else was I going to tell you? I'm trying to think. I think that's it for now. Let me know if you have any questions or it doesn't work. I'm going to send you an invite for the Zoom meeting for Tuesday at 11. So hopefully you will have started some of your English stuff by then so that if you have questions, then you can ask me. Okay? All right. Hope you're having a good weekend and enjoying this lovely weather. No, I hate it. It's terrible. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.